Any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. Any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. They gave leadership to our foreparents, and that leadership made them slaves. But we have decided to find a leadership of our own.
Not your average nigga, I'm a god out the hood. They can't downplay me, I came up, I'm elevated. I ain't gotta say too much for them to know I'm coming for what's mine. You know they see me in my presence, say they see how I'm coming. Young, but you not just gonna finesse me like you did my peoples. Then back when you said they was emancipated. This ain't that. Your head too big, you feeling yourself. The game wasn't fair, you had the advantage, we wasn't educated. I don't look at you people the same. Your worst nightmare, my skin tone about them chains. Not no circus lion, son, I can't be tamed. You gon' have to kill me, pussy, Toby ain't my name. Y'all still want us think our history started when we were slaves? Come on now, talk about them pyramids we made. I was chosen by that man, you know y'all just been running game. The nerve of you acting like...
What's going on, family, and welcome back to Shifting the Culture Podcast. I am your host, Brother King Cam, and this is the wave, the mindset, and the movement of shifting the culture, family. So I want to welcome everybody back to the show. You know, it's another Tuesday night where we're going to be getting into it. I actually was thinking about playing a documentary tonight, but before I did it, I needed to get clearance on that. So y'all just hold fast on that. So anyway, for all of the people that's tuned in, hit the comment section. Let me know what city and state you tuned in from. Shout out to the Facebook family. Shout out to my Facebook family. Make sure that you like and share. YouTube, I need you to make sure that you hit that bell to stay notified every time that we drop a video. Smash the like button as well as comment and engage. Twitter, I need you to retweet. And Instagram, man, just get live in the comment section. For sure. All right. So tonight, though, what we're going to be discussing. Okay, so that is live. I just want to make sure I was looking on the back end for make sure my Instagram was doing what it was supposed to be doing. All right. But tonight, what we're going to be talking about is men gossiping. Are men becoming too gossipy is the title. And the reason why I wanted to discuss this tonight, obviously, Kendrick just dropped earlier today. So that's a thing. And we're going to talk about that a little bit as well, because we want to make sure that we touching on everything in the culture. So we're going to talk about Kendrick dropping. All right. I did not originally like the song. When I heard the song at first, people was blowing me up in the chat. Shout out to the collective. They blowing me up in the chat because, I had been telling them, based on Drake's responses, that, Kendrick had to come back with something fire. Now, me being the president of the dark-skinned delegation, I'm rooting for Kendrick to come back and get on Drake for all the stuff he was saying in the push-ups record, right? And the Tailor Made, which he ended up having to take down. And I thought it was genius, by the way, because he implemented the technology. He implemented the AI. So I thought that was fire. I like tech. So, I thought that was fire. And nobody had never did that before. So people wasn't giving Drake his credit with that. So I'm saying, listen, Kendrick got to come back, and he got to come back with some heat. And it had been a while. So I'm like, man, matter of fact, I had put in the chat maybe like a couple of days ago. I was like, and Kendrick still haven't responded. I think this was like Sunday. So I guess Kendrick heard my thoughts because he dropped something today. Kendrick dropped something today. All right. So we're going to discuss that a little bit. But we really want to get into what I've been seeing around the town, seeing around the country, seeing around the nation, and on social media, where you got this trend of men discussing other men on these platforms. We got men discussing other men on these platforms, and it's becoming an issue. And the reason why I say it's becoming an issue is because we're becoming too comfortable. We're becoming too comfortable with coming on these platforms and really talking about other men and what they doing in their bedroom, talking about other men, what their family situation is. This is a lot going on. So we want to make sure that we, that's what we want to address tonight. In the process of doing that, though, I think I gotta turn this down on the camera because this thing is bright. Hold on, y'all. Okay, boom. There we go. We brought the color back. We brought the color back. Good God Almighty, because it was too high. All right, family. So look, man, share this out. Get everybody in here. Let's go ahead and have this discussion, man. We want to first, but first let's get into Kendrick. All right, man. So K Dot responded. All right, let me pull this up. Is this it? No, that ain't it. Let me pull this up, man. K Dot responded. And man, we want to go over that because that was shifty. I'm gonna say that. Now, I listened to it earlier, and the record was it was cool. I thought it was cool. I'm not a me. If you don't get me on the beat in the beginning, then I'm not really. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fall off. So that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like I fell off earlier because I wasn't feeling the beat. I didn't like the beat. So beat selection is important to me. But then as I listened to it more, I did like the other beats as it switched up. So the switch up was official. And then it seemed to me that it took Kendrick a little time to kind of what's the word I'm looking for? It took Kendrick some time to get warmed up. He didn't really get to the bars for real until about a minute and 2 minutes into the song. Which some people gonna say, bro, it's 6 minutes. So you know what I'm saying? 2 minute warm up is cool. So I'm not mad at that. To me, it was just a little slow. I'm like, look, come right into it. Drake came right into it. He got right to it. The minister said that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad told him, when you got a subject, brother, you get right to it. No point in even messing around in the beginning. Just get right to what it is that you want to teach. So Kendrick, I wanted him to get right to it. But you got to go back and listen to the bars. Now, he had some bars. I literally had to jump on Zoom. About this earlier today because, like I said, that first listen, I was like, yeah, this joint was weak. But then when you go back and listen to the bars, though, yeah, Kendrick he officially came with the double entendres. All right? So he was not playing with them double entendres. The way his setups was immaculate. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not even gonna play. His setups were immaculate. See, I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. Even though I like Drake a lot, and I like Drake's disses. I like his responses to the like that. So I was hoping Kendrick came back with what he came back with. All right, so this is good. Peace to the God, Brother Nathan. So yeah, so let's just listen to some of this Kendrick so we can get some of y'all thoughts. I'm gonna give some commentary on this, and then we're gonna get to the subject matter for the night. Okay? So while we doing that, family, just need y'all to like, share, and subscribe. I need you to like, share, and subscribe. All right. So boom, got this. Boom. Now let's do this. Bam.
Euphoria.
My headphones on.
Them superpowers get neutralized. I can only watch in silence. The famous actor we once knew is looking paranoid and now spiraling. You're moving just like a degenerate. Every antic is feeling distasteful. Why calculate? You're not as calculated. I can even predict your angle. Fabricating stories on the family front, cause you heard Mr. Morale. A pathetic master manipulator. I can smell the tails on you now. You're not a rap artist, you're a scam artist with the hopes of being.
All right, so look, so this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm saying. At the beginning of this record, I was like, bro, what are you doing? This is not how you start a diss record. This not how you get it popping. So when I'm listening to this, I'm like, oh my God, what is going on with the beats? Like this what we doing? I'm like, we waited 2 weeks for this? I made a Facebook post on it and everything. I was so heated. All right.
Accepted. Tommy Hilfiger stood out, but FUBU never had been your collection. I make music that electrify 'em. You make music that pacify 'em. I can double down on that line, but spare you this time. That's random acts of kindness. Know you're a master manipulator and habitual liar too. But don't tell no lie about me, and I won't tell truths about you. Shoo! 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 Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, I'm out the way, yeah, I'm low, okay. Yeah, the island right here is remote, okay. I ain't thinking about no reaper, nigga, I'm reaping what I sow, okay. Got a Benjamin and a Jackson all in my house, like I'm Joe, okay. Hellcat, met his homeboys and them types LA solo, okay. Everybody wanna be demon till they get chipped by your throwaway.
All right. Now he addressing that demon line that Drake put in there. He was like, this ain't even everything I know, don't wake the demon up. That's what Drake said. This ain't everything I know, don't wake the demon up. Kendrick came back and said, look, bro, hey, everybody want to be a demon till they get chipped by a throwaway. Oh, and I might do a show a day, once a lane, always a lane. Ooh, so they getting to it, y'all. But this is hip hop, man. This is hip hop. So they getting to it. Let's see. Let's go.
And I might do a show a day. Once a lame, always a lame. Oh, you thought the money, the power of fame will make you go away. Have you ever played? Have you ever? Okay, nigga, let's play. Have you ever watch your enemy down like with a poker face? Have you ever paid 500,000 like to an open case? Well, I have, and I failed at both, but I came out straight. I hate when I rap or talk about guns, then somebody die, they turn into nuns, then I hop online like pray for my city. He faking for likes and digital hugs. Is that?
Everybody was hype about these bars. I wasn't too hype about the bars. For real. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he ready to get to something in a second. You know what I'm saying? When he was like, when rappers talk about guns, then they get on the internet, they turn into nuns, they hop online like pray for my city. He faking for likes and digital hugs. So I was like, okay, all right. And they ain't really saying nothing. But then watch this.
Daddy a killer, he wanna be junior. They must have forgot the shit that they done. Dementia must run in his family, but let it get shaky. I park his son.
Woo! I gotta stop it right there. Now this what I'm talking about. These them double entendres that I'm talking about. This is the setups. It's crazy. These setups, bro. Come on, Drizzy. Damn, boy. I thought you had. Oh boy, you messing with K-Dot. Look. And I'm not even like Kendrick is I like Kendrick, bro. But I was never like, oh, let me put that new Kendrick on. But this right here is like getting crazy. That man said, hold on, I gotta back it up real quick. God. He said he faking for likes and digital hugs. He said his daddy a killer. He wanna be Junior. They must have forgot that they done. Dementia must run in his family. They must have forgot that he done. Dementia must run in his family. Dementia's talking about memory loss. I know y'all know this. Y'all know this. But y'all didn't catch it. Dementia. So he said they must have forgot that he done. Dementia must run in his family. But then he hit him with but let it get shaky. I park your son. Parking son. Ooh. Parkinson's disease causes you to shake. Parkinson's disease causes you to shake. So he said he hit him with the double entendre about the forgetfulness, the dementia, it must run in his family, but let it get shaky. I park your son, Parkinson's disease. Lord, the setup was crazy, bro. That right there is a whole joint. That's crazy. It's no other way for me to explain that. It's lyrical genius. There's no way to explain that one. Nothing else you can say to explain that. That's wild. And I heard it was a shot at Drake Man 40. Because I think he got the Parkinson's disease, I believe. So, and you know what? The crazy thing that you be seeing with these beefs now, and I'm not even gonna say with all of them, but I know for sure. Well, yeah, maybe all of them. But these boys be doing their research. These boys be doing their research, and if you go back and you look at all of the, like when Drake dropped the push-ups, they can go back now and they can pull up all the social media proof of everything that was going on. So social media be doing people dirty, boy, because it's like infinite evidence. So if you ever said anything and thought somebody forgot that you said it, not happening. They're going to pull it up. They're going to pull it up off the internet. They're going to scrub the internet for that joint. So literally with this Kendrick diss, you can pull up all of the references that was made from Drake in reference. All the references that was made from Kendrick about Drake. Oh, he got to him, bro. The internet is undefeated. So, but that was crazy. So, dementia must run in this family, but let it get shaky. I park your son. So then he gonna get some more. He got some more.
In his family, but let it get shaky. I park your son. The very first time I shot me a Drake, the homie had told me to aim it this way. I didn't point down enough. Today I show you I learned from those mistakes. Somebody had told me that you gotta.
Whew, that was fire right there too. You missed it. That was fire. That was a low key jab. All right, keep going.
Ring on God, I'm ready to double the wage. I'd rather do that than let a Canadian nigga make Pac turn in his grave. Cut the business, you got shit twisted. What is it, the braids? I hurt your feelings, you don't work with me no more. Okay, there's 3 ghosts left, and I see 2 of them kissing and hugging on stage. I love them to death, and in 8 bars I'll explain that phrase. It's nothing nobody can tell me. I don't wanna talk on no celly. You know I got language barriers. It's no accent you can sell me. Your Cole and Ivory know I'm a selfish nigga. The crown is heavy. I pray they my real friends. If not, I'm YNW Melly. I don't like you.
Oh boy. So if you're not hip to YNW Melly, then you're not gonna understand that bar. So you have to go back and do the research on YNW Melly. But you know what happened with Melly is he's actually he's being charged with allegedly killing his 2 homeboys. So this is where he get the reference from. I pray they my real friends. If not, I'm YNW Melly. Crazy. That was wild. But then he getting ready to hit him with another one. That was a little slick jab, but this was another one right here. That was a good play on words. So I'm telling you, the lyricism, this is, hold up. Can't even do that like that. The lyricism that's on display right now is through the roof. I'm loving the lyricism. And this was what we was trying to get out of, all of the rappers that was, originally participating in this. This was what we was trying to get out of Cole. This is what we wanted out of Drake. This is what we wanted out of the Mount Rushmore of GOATs within the last 20 years. This is what we wanted. We wanted to hear that lyrical play. We wanted to hear the jabs. We wanted to hear the uppercuts. We wanted to hear all that. Because you have to be able to do that and defend your points and defend your stance if you say that you number one. All right? So we're going to get a couple of more bars and then we're not going to spend too much more time on this because I got to get to the other spot. Got to get to the other thing we're going to talk about. And I don't got a lot of time, so we got to move quickly. All right? So let's get a little bit more, and then y'all got to go check out the rest of it for yourself.
Poppin' shit at for real for him, I inherit the beef. Yeah, fuck all that pushing P. Let me see you push a T. You better.
Ooh, y'all know what that's about. You know what that's about already. God dang. Man. All right.
All spinning again on him, you think about pushing me. He's Terrence Thornton, I'm Terrence Crawford. Yeah, I'm whooping feet. We ain't gotta get personal, this a friendly fade. You should keep it that way. I know some shit about niggas that make gonna wanna look like a saint. This ain't been about critics, not about gimmicks, not about who the greatest. It's always been about love and hate. Now let me say I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way that you sneak this. If I catch flight, it's gonna be direct.
Ooh, y'all missed that little piece right there. But you know, they got direct flights and then they got flights that got stops. You know what I'm saying? They got non-stops and they got directs. So he said if I catch a flight, it's gonna be direct. Boy, man. So look, we went halfway through it. We're not gonna go all the way through it tonight because we just don't have the time. And the whole show is not around the Kendrick diss. But I did want to hit that piece because I thought that was, you know, we had to touch on that because it's happening right now. But yeah, so Drake on the clock, bro. That's all. That's all. Drake on the clock, and you know, my man, you got to come back. You got to respond. All right, you got to respond. All right. So now, what I really want to get to for the next 30 minutes or so is dealing with this gossip in these conversations. You feel me? Because man, yeah, when you just sit back and think about it, you got so many men now who are so comfortable with gossiping and slandering other men's name. And we're gonna pull up a couple of clips so that you can hear for yourself. And I'm not saying whatever these people saying is true or false, but it's just the principalities. That's what Big Worm said. It's the principalities. You understand? It's the principles. Like, as a grown man, why is it something that you would even participate in? You know, whether you know it to be true or not is totally irrelevant. But the fact that it's happening should bother you, right? Should bother you. Now look, check this out. Now I hope we don't get copyright. Look, this is fair use. Fair use, all right? Fair use on this video. But this is an example of what I'm talking about.
A lot of them niggas, man, all these rap niggas, they fruity to me, man. And I don't want to, you just look at it, bro. The whole list of them, all them brothers, all these mom niggas, fruity, man. All them niggas was fruity the whole time. They knew it. When I hear certain rumors about certain niggas, I'm like, yeah, you can see it. For sure.
So when you hear the gay rumors about Diddy, you're not surprised?
I always tell people this. I've been telling people this. Don't forget the gangster. And he got a lot of licious in him now. He gangster-licious. But don't forget the gangster part. The bitch still a gangster now. You hear me? Regardless about whatever definition you want to describe a gangster as, whether it be a mob boss, a shot caller, whatever. The bitch get it done and he'll get it done. That's evidence that he'll get it done. And the bitch a fed. You get what I'm saying? So he not, don't you see niggas conducting themselves like that and carrying about like that because they not worried about doing no time. It's a federal agent. He know he been an agent. He know that. That man working, man. That man not worried about going to jail. That man just got a hand shit over. He got a handler, man.
See? Now, this is an example of what I'm talking about. Like, you know, if that's the case, bro, you know, why you on the podcast talking about it? If that's the case. Like, this ain't, you know, it was a time. I'm gonna just say that. It was a time when, you know, grown men ain't do stuff like this. Especially it'd be like, come on, bro. if you got an issue with that man, then why don't you go ahead and handle your situation with that man? But why is you going on this podcast and doing all that? You know what I'm saying? It's giving like it's real feminine vibes. It's real feminine vibes. Right? So that's just one example of what I'm talking about. But then you got this right here. Hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and show you this one. Because it's not just surrounding, Diddy. But let me see. Let me make sure. See if this is right. But it's not just solely about, All right, so look, here's another one. Another grown man going to a platform discussing another grown man business. All right.
You looked at my Instagram, you see the hundreds of celebrities that I've done business with, done things with. And during the latter years of our relationship, Will was not my friend. I was his friend. I was around before they had Trey. Jada was the woman that everybody wanted. And Will needed that validation to have that type of woman.
You saw her say that Will Smith had a small dick?
Oh, I am saying to you, if a woman is used to something the size of a baby leg and you come in with a pinky toe, there's nothing you can do to please her. You can buy her 80.
See, this what I'm talking about. This what I'm talking about. Now, what two, what men sit up here and have this discussion? Now, mind you, this interview was with Tasha K. So that don't excuse the behavior. Whether you sitting down with a woman or you sitting down with other men, it doesn't excuse the behavior. It just becomes even more egregious when you're doing it with other men. When you go on a podcast with other men and you having this conversation. But he on the podcast with Tasha K, so it's a little different. However, the fact of the matter, the principles of it is still the same for me. And the principles of, bro, you going and you feeling however you feeling, and you feel like it's necessary now that you got to go to a podcast and talk about all this, man, whatever personal stuff. Like, y'all sitting up here talking about this man body. That's the weird stuff right there. Like, it's just weird. Like, why are you talking about this man body to this lady? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's weird. Men becoming gossipy, bro.
80 cars, you can get her 80 private jets. If she's itching for that baby leg, she want that baby leg. You can beat a person so much that they fall into submission.
Who needs enemies when they got friends like you?
Oh, I could tell you what goes on the inside. Everybody else is just speculation.
Somebody told me I made my pictures in the book.
Your picture's in the book and your name is in the book. So you're doing some real elegant pimp. I'm blowing you up.
I love that. I love that.
You up.
This is what Jada makes the new people do. And I ain't gonna say new, they probably been there after myself, right? They will make you check into a rehab. And they'll pay for the rehab. Even though you're not on drugs, they're gonna pay for the rehab. And you have to go if you want to work with them. And then I've saw sexual acts.
All right. I can't even listen to no more. I can't listen to no more because it's making my ears bleed. Okay? It's making my ears bleed. So, but again, that's another example of a man going on these platforms and just having these type of conversations. So I wanted to read something from the Holy Quran that kind of dealt with this type of stuff. And I'm looking for it right about now. Should have had it already pulled up, honestly. No, it ain't that far. And you gotta ask yourself, like, what is really the motive? What's really the motive now? what's really the motive behind this type of stuff that's taking place? All right, so I'll get that pulled up in a second. So let me do this. So that's another example, okay? Another example. Then there's one more that I want to show you. And then we'll go ahead and read this from the Holy Quran. All right? Just got a notification somewhere. All right. And that was the wrong thing. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to pull this up. All right. Here's another one. This is the last one right here. I'm going to skip through this part. Two grown men on a platform discussing another man.
For a second. Take that. There's a new lawsuit by a man this time around. And in the lawsuit, he implied that Meek Mill and Usher were part of these freak-offs that he's so infamous for.
Let me ask you, is this still doubtable at this point that Diddy is,
Listen, until I see it, I'm not going to say that it happened.
Man, listen.
Listen, there's been lots of, in fact, this one dude, Fat Jewish, you know who that guy is?
No.
It's this like Jewish comedian guy. He went to this whole story, and this story has been kind of popping up again. But he was saying he was at this one house party, and it was a super, super high end. He wasn't even sure how he even got in there. But as he was walking around, I think he was trying to find the bathroom, and he walked into a room, and it was Diddy and this gay DJ named Felix the House Cat, and they were like spooning, according to him. And he said that Diddy saw him, and their eyes kind of locked, and they tried to get him to say that he was joking or whatever.
See? Another prime example. Like, you literally are sitting up here having a conversation about he said, she said, what somebody else told you, what another man told you about what somebody else. This is the point. And this is why the young brothers are so sensitive and so feminine today, because of this type of behavior that's taking place by these old dudes that's supposed to be the OGs, that's supposed to be, the ones that's got some type of principles about them. This is what's going on. I done gave y'all three examples of this type of stuff taking place. So you got to ask yourself, are men becoming too gossipy? Because that's what they doing. They gossiping. They talking about rumors that they don't know. They can't substantiate. They don't have no actual facts. In the Nation of Islam, we deal with actual facts. We have an investigation. There's actual facts. Okay? Got to have proof. Got to have evidence. Got to have all of those different things before you can make a judgment on somebody. But they don't have none of that. It's all speculation, but they talking about it as if it's true. Okay? So let's get to this wisdom from the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, because what we needed. Now, in Message to the Black Man on page 32, when he talks about love, first love yourself, it says, one of the gravest handicaps among the so-called Negroes is that there is no love for self nor love for his or her own kind. This not having love for self is the root cause for hate, dislike, disunity, disagreement, quarreling, betraying, stool pigeons, and fighting and killing one another. So the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad is letting us know, because we lack love for our own self, we can do this type of stuff that you see going on. We can do the type of stuff that we see happening that I just showed you taking place, because we have no love for ourselves. And if we have no love for ourselves, then we'll eat the dead flesh of our own brothers and sisters easily. Because what these brothers and sisters doing is easy. They getting up there and they just having a blast, a whole conversation about something that they think and some speculation that they got going on. It's real, man. So look, salute to Ty OG in the building. Appreciate you, Black. I was just thinking about the same subject for the last few days. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. So for those who just joining us here, Shifting the Culture, it's the wave, the mindset, the movement. I'm your host, Brother King Cam, and we discussing are men becoming too gossipy? Are men becoming gossipy? This is a trend. This is a pattern that we continuously seeing. If you come in late to the broadcast, you have to check the replay out. But I showed you 3 different examples of men going to platforms publicly discussing what other men doing, discussing other men's sexuality, discussing other men's body parts. Like these are conversations. I seen another one on No Jumper earlier this week where a man is discussing sexuality and it's becoming too common. And this is how you know you are now becoming desensitized. This how you know. Now we've been doing and Brother Ben, shout out to Brother Ben because he just got audited. So the study of the mind is important. And one thing that Brother Ben was saying was from what he was learning from his auditor and some of the books he was studying, that the mind is what the enemy is ultimately after. The mind is what the enemy is ultimately after. When they can alter your mind, whether it be through chemical ways, whether it is through psychological ways, whether it's through manipulation, lies, and falsehood, the minister told us that lies destroy the beauty of the mind. Falsehood destroys the beauty of your mind. So the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said that the brain was made to think rightly. The brain was made to think rightly. So because the brain was made to think rightly, you are made to feed on truth. And when you feed on truth, when you feed on that which is real, then you now are adding to the beauty of the mind. You're unlocking the creativity and the full power of the mind. But when you feed on falsehood, when you feed on lies, then you're destroying the beauty of the mind. And the minister said it destroys your ability to pull forth from your mind and bring that into reality. This is why we can't get nothing done. This is why we can't stay focused. This is why we're not able to accomplish that which we want to accomplish because of the falsehood that's been placed in our minds. And because of social media, this is one of the negative things of social media. They can constantly keep feeding you that. They can constantly keep dumping on you. They can keep putting filth on you. This is why the Holy Quran combats that and said, nay, we hurl truth at falsehood until we what? Knock out its brains. Well, why would the Quran use brains if falsehood didn't have nothing to do with the mind? So this is a mind war that we in. So people like to say, oh, well, y'all haven't built a hospital or a bank or a grocery store. We need our own this and we need our own that. That's true. We need all of those things. We need black-owned restaurants and banks and hospitals and stores and all of that stuff. We need that. But if your mind is jacked up, if the enemy has your mind enslaved and in shackles and in chains, then you're going to destroy any physical structure that we build for our liberation. You're not going to be able to sustain that. You're not going to stay consistent in building that. You're not going to want to work. That's why the struggle's so divided. That's why the struggle's so divided now, because our minds is jacked up. See, not many of us is even working or in the process of the self-improvement study guides. This is why the self-improvement is so important. Huh? Yeah. See? This is why the self-improvement study guides are so important that the minister gave us, because this mind work. This flushing out the mind. This is why the minister suggested, instructed that we get auditing, because that's mind work. That's alleviating the mind from the traumatic experiences and the falsehood that you've been taught and been poured into you all throughout your life. I talked about this in study group last Friday. You were the same person 25 years ago. That same person, 25, 35, 45, whenever you was 5 years old, however many years ago that was, you that same person. But the difference is somebody got to your mind, because when you was 5 years old, you didn't act the way that you act today. You didn't walk around with this attitude that you have now. You don't walk around with the fear and trepidation that you walk with now. You don't walk around here being fearful. Today, you didn't walk like that when you was 5 years old. So somebody got to your mind. And I know and learned in sociology that school systems is a tool to help indoctrinate and also to help reinforce ideology, to help reinforce social norms, to reinforce whatever it is that they want you to be. School is used as a tool to do that. So knowing that everybody was made to go to school at 5 years old, you became indoctrinated. You became reinforced with the ideas that you was inadequate. Hold up. So what happens now is that you being reinforced with the idea that you are inadequate. When people rise above the inadequacies that existed in your mind, that they've been able to break past, then you take it out on them. So this is what I'm saying about the fact that we can go on these podcasts and have these conversations. It's because you don't think nothing of yourself. You don't think nothing of your brother. You don't think nothing of your own people. So because of that, and you feel inadequate, then there's nothing for you to go and get on these broadcasts and these platforms and these podcasts and tear down another black man or another black woman, because you don't have the love for yourself, and that's been reinforced in your mind. The light that exists in your mind is almost dim because of the work that the enemy has done. Come on. So the Quran talks about lies and slander and why we should not do it. And it mentions this in chapter 24, verse 15. It says, when you received it on your tongues and spoke with your mouths that which you had no knowledge, you deemed it trifle, while with Allah it was serious. And why did you not, when you heard it, it beseems us not to talk of it. Glory be to thee. This is a great calumny. Allah admonishes you that you return not to the like of it ever again if you are believers. So those who come into the understanding, those who supposed to be God-fearing, if you God-fearing, you should not be engaging in gossip and slander. Because with Allah, gossip and slander is serious. With us, it's not. They got whole segments on radio shows around gossip and slander. They call it tea. They got media platforms and websites around gossip and slander. So to us, it ain't a big deal. We're going to make money off of it. But to the God, to the architect of the universe, to the author of you and our lives, that's a serious thing. So we should think twice before we open our mouths and engage in conversation like around gossiping and around slander of other people. And then as men, brothers, we got to do better. This is why the sisters doing you how they doing you, because we've lost a lot of principles that we supposed to stand on just as men. It's just certain things that we just not supposed to do, but they have convinced you and desensitized us so much so that they're blurring the lines between how real men should actually operate. They're blurring the lines. This is why you see brothers getting their nails painted now. This is why you see brothers wearing purses now and they trying to call them man bags. See, Satan always trying to slip something in there. He always trying to slip something in there. He always trying to mix truth with falsehood. Do men wear? Do men have bags type things? Yeah, we got suitcases, right? You know, and things that are similar to suitcases. So that's the truth. But then they slip in and make it small and make it, you know what I'm saying, like a woman's handbag or a woman's handheld type joint, and then they got you rocking it. And you up here justifying and defending the fact it's a man bag. Or they even still call it a purse, a man purse. And the women is backing it up. They buying it for their man. They buying it for their husband. And you wearing it. This is how you know this is how you know we is crazy as hell. Because we've allowed the enemy to tell us what's masculine, what's feminine. They're going to tell us what men should do, how men should act, how men should behave. They're going to tell us how women should act, how women should look, and how women should behave. And then introduce to you a transgender. Then convince you to let this transgender play on the same team as your son or your daughter. It's just getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. Like brother said, making evil fair seeming. It's all listed in the Holy Quran that would be the situation that would take place. You know? So this is where we at with it. This is where we at with it, family. So, you know, I'm not gonna be long tonight. Not gonna be long tonight. But at this point in the game, we gotta really, really, really decide on where we're gonna be at. We gotta really stand up. We gotta decide if we're gonna stand up for truth or we're gonna stand up for falsehood. Because it's a clear distinction now. There's really nothing that can be said or nothing that can be shown to you that you don't know the difference. It's just the fact that you choosing to do what it is that you do. Huh? Because in the Holy Quran, let me pull this up real quick. Because this right here is going to blow your mind when the Quran said this. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull this up. And dang. All right, hold on. Man, no, I'm not gonna be able to find it in time. But in the Quran, it's a verse in the Quran. It says that Satan says that he had no power over you except that he called you and you came. I'm going to say that again. Satan admits he has no power over you except that he called you and you came. So that's letting you know that we know the difference. Adam knew the difference in the garden. God gave him a clear commandment. Said, don't eat from the tree of good and evil. Point blank, period. That's a command. But then Satan called Adam. He didn't have no control over Adam. Adam already knew the divine instruction given by God. But Satan called. And Adam came. See? That's it. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. So we got to become stronger in our discipline and our willingness to submit to the divine instruction given to us by God. Because now what we have going on is you got too many men that are too weak to deny these platforms. They too weak to deny status, fame, and money. So they run to these platforms because they too weak. And they say, I'll say something about such and such. I just recently seen there was another interview with a brother talking about Kobe Bryant. Now, Kobe passed away. May Allah be pleased with our brother. And the brother sitting up there talking about Kobe not doing nothing for him. Oh man. Let me see. Grown man sitting up there talking about how Kobe. Now Kobe is passed away. Can't even defend himself. Grown man sitting up there talking about how Kobe never did nothing for him. And said that he was a piece of crap. Another example, bro. So this is what I'm saying. We gotta stop doing this, and we as men, we gotta call this out. We gotta call this out. So I'm calling it out right here, right now. Shifting the Culture podcast about this clown type behavior, because that's all it is. You know, it's feminine, it's sensitive. It's crazy. Now look at this. Listen to this now. Now, the Bible says, wherever there are 2 or 3 gathered in my name, there I am also there. There I am also in the midst of you. Well, it's the same thing with Satan, the minister said. And look at Satan right here with my mans. 2 men though, 2 men having a conversation about a dead man who can't even defend himself.
That whole thing that they put on him, they put that on him. He wasn't really like that. He was a cool, down to earth dude. He was a regular dude. He was regular. Like he wasn't arrogant. He got arrogant as he got, bigger, and they was feeding his head and all that. He knew he was becoming the best. That's when he became like a piece of crap. He wasn't like that when we was young.
You say a piece of crap. I mean, you could say shit. Do you feel like he was a piece of shit eventually?
I eventually, yes, I do. I think he was. As far as us, that was his original friends, because he shitted on all of us at the end of it. If you want to keep it real, he shitted on every single one of us. He made all new friends when he went out there, and he cut everybody off, including his family members.
See, this is what I'm saying. Now, why this man talking about Kobe? Kobe ain't even here to defend himself. This man sitting up here having a conversation around Kobe Bryant, who's not here to even defend himself and to push back against any of the allegations that's being said and being put out here. So this is another example of it, family. So as I'm closing, like I said, we got to stop this, because in the Holy Quran it says, and Allah makes clear to you the messages, and Allah is knowing and wise. And we're not going to be able to escape the punishment for this, okay? We're not going to be able to escape the punishment for this behavior, because we're in the time and the day when that has to cease and come to an end, okay? That's just real talk, all right? So I got to shout out Tech is the New Black. I got to shout out Cyrus Harbin, founder of Tech is the New Black. I hosted Techpreneur Con ATL this past weekend. That joint was amazing. So shout out to the brother for putting on an amazing event that would allow people to connect and make meaningful relationships with the idea and intention for collaboration. That was the purpose. So shout out to him. Shout out to Shanae, recruiter cousin. Shout out to my co-host, Taylor Smith. Shout out to the whole team, my boy Kev. Shout out to everybody over there at Tech is the New Black. All right. Also, before we go, I got to drop this. I am now, family, announcement. I am now a part of Digital Income Partners. Okay? I'm a part of an affiliate of Digital Income Partners. And this is basically a business in the box. So as an entrepreneur myself, I understand the struggles of trying to grow your brand online and to get more brand awareness to ultimately what? Bring in more customers. But when you bring in the customers and they purchase your products or your services, you also have issues with the back end customer service, all of those different type of things. You're trying to get email automation up to make sure that you nurture the leads that you got coming in. All this stuff is going on, and most of us do not know how that works. So with Digital Income Partners, it's a business in a box that takes care of everything for you for one fee, right? So I'm an affiliate. I'm happy and I'm elated to be partnering with Digital Income Partners and Digital Real Estate and Brother Ben X. So you don't want to miss that opportunity to be able to go ahead and take advantage of this as we grow in our business, right? So that's extremely important. So make sure you tap in with me on that. I have the link available for people who want to go ahead and get started. All my entrepreneurs, all my business owners, I need you to tap in, okay? And then I also am partnered with Course Careers in the tech industry. Shout out to them, helping people get prepared and to make that pivot into the tech industry. Not only now, when I took Course Careers, because I am a graduate of Course Careers, when I first took it, they only had tech sales. But now they've grown and expanded from tech sales to IT to Q&A to digital design, sales engineering, all type of stuff in the tech industry for a very affordable price that could go ahead and get you plugged in to have you starting your journey into six figures within the first 18 months. I'm saying that again. When you pivot into the tech industry, you're on the way to six figures within the first 18 months if you play it right. Okay? So you don't want to miss that opportunity. I have partnered with them as well to help because I share my story, how I was able to pivot into tech, the same way I share my story, how I was able to pivot and build my digital real estate, be able to build my brand on social media. So because I share that a lot on my channel, I felt like these two programs align with me, and we want to go ahead and try to help as many people as possible. So if that's something that you're interested in, then I'm going to have the link available on my Instagram bio. Go ahead, click the link over there. Let's get started. All right, family. So that's all I had for tonight. And we are going to see you all back next week. Same time, same place. I am your host, Brother King Cam, shifting the culture, the wave, the mindset, and the movement. Peace.
Any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. Any leadership that teaches you to depend upon another race is a leadership that will enslave you. They gave leadership to our foreparents, and that leadership made them slaves. But we have decided to find a leadership of our own.
Not your average nigga, I'm a god out the hood. They can't downplay me, I came up, I'm elevated. I ain't gotta say too much for them to know I'm coming for what's mine. You know they see me in my presence, say they see how I'm coming. Young, but you not just gonna finesse me like you did my peoples. Then back when you said they was emancipated. This ain't that. Your head too big, you feeling yourself. The game wasn't fair, you had the advantage, we wasn't educated. I don't look at you people the same. Your worst nightmare, my skin tone about them chains. Not no circus lion, son, I can't be tamed. You gon' have to kill me, pussy, Toby ain't my name. Y'all still wanna think our history started when we were slaves? Come on now, talk about them pyramids we made. I was chosen by that man, you know y'all just been running game. The nerve of you acting like